I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Insight into Chemical Engineering. In this lecture series, we will solve the unsolved problem of a famous book, Stoichiometry and Process Calculations by K.V. Narayan. These lectures are helpful for chemical engineering students because process calculations is a core subject for chemical engineering branch. During lecture, step by step solution will be provided. In this lecture, exercise number 4.37 to 4.39 will be covered. Please like and subscribe for motivation. Problem number 4.37. Air is derived from a partial pressure of 7 kilopascal of water vapor to a partial pressure of 1.5 kilopascal. So the partial pressure of water vapor before drying and after drying is given. The temperature of the entering gas is 475 Kelvin. The pressure remains constant at 1 bar at inlet and outlet. So total pressure remains same before drying and after drying. How much water in kilograms is removed per cubic meter of entering gas? So we can assume 1 cubic meter of gas is entering in the dryer. Then we can do our calculation. So by assuming that volume of entering gas will become known and total pressure is given, that is 1 bar, and entering temperature is given. So using ideal gas equation, we can estimate the total moles of entering gas. Then further in the problem, partial pressure of water vapor is also given before drying. So using Dalton's law, we can estimate the moles of water vapor. So once we have estimated the moles of water vapor, then we can also estimate the moles of dry air. And during the operation, only water is removed, so moles of dry air will not change before drying and after drying. So assume 1 meter cube of air is entering. Now we can write the conditions before drying. So air is entering at 1 bar, 475 Kelvin and 1 meter cube. So using ideal gas equation, total moles of entering gas can be estimated. First, we need to convert this 1 bar to Pascal. Then after simplification, we will get 25.32 moles. Now using Dalton's law, we can write partial pressure of vapor divided by total pressure will be equal to moles of water vapor divided by total moles. So partial pressure of water vapor is given in the problem and total pressure is also given, and total moles we have already estimated, so we can easily estimate the moles of water vapor in the entering air before drying. So moles of water vapor will come out as 1.77 mole. Now total moles we have already estimated, and these are the moles of water vapor, so we can easily estimate the moles of dry air. So moles of dry air will be equal to total moles minus moles of water vapor. So moles of dry air will become equal to 23.55 mole. So moles of dry air will not change before drying and after drying. So we can write after drying moles of dry air will remain same and it will be equal to 23.55 mole. Now at outlet conditions, total pressure is given, that is 1 bar, and partial pressure of water vapor is also given, that is 1.5 kilobar. So we can easily estimate the partial pressure of dry air. Then moles of dry air is also known, so using Dalton's law we can easily estimate the total moles of living gas. So we can write partial pressure of water vapor after drying equal to 1.5 kilopascal. We can write the partial pressure of dry air will be equal to total pressure, that is given 1 bar. So we can write 1 bar as 100 kilopascal minus partial pressure of water vapor, and it will give the partial pressure of dry air. Now we can easily use the Dalton's law. So as per Dalton's law, partial pressure of dry air divided by total pressure will be equal to moles of dry air divided by total moles. In this case, partial pressure of dry air is known, total pressure is known, and moles of dry air is known. So we can easily estimate the total moles of living gas. So after simplification, total moles of living gas will come out as 23.91 mole. Now we can easily estimate the moles of water vapor living. So moles of water vapor living will be equal to total moles that we have estimated, that is 23.91 minus moles of dry air. Moles of dry air will remain same before and after drying, that is 23.55. So moles of water vapor after drying will come out as 0.36 mole. Now we can easily write moles of water vapor removed will be equal to moles of water vapor in the entering gas minus moles of water vapor in the leaving gas. It will come out as 1.41 mole. So we can easily convert these moles to weight. So weight of water removed will be equal to moles of water vapor removed into its molecular weight. It will come out as 25.38 gram. Problem number 4.38. An ammonia air mixture containing 10% ammonia is sent to an absorber in which 90% of ammonia is absorbed. What is the mole fraction of ammonia in the gas leaving? Then express the composition of exit gas from the absorber in weight percentage and estimate the average molecular weight of gas entering and leaving the column. So in order to estimate all parts, we need to estimate the moles of ammonia and air before entering and after entering, and also we need to estimate their respective weight. So what we can do, we can assume total moles of ammonia air mixture entering equal to 100. Then we can write the respective conditions for the gas mixtures before entering and after entering. So we are assuming total moles of gas entering equal to 100 moles. So this is the absorption column, and as per problem, 90% of ammonia got absorbed. So only the amount of ammonia will change before and after absorption. So amount of air will remain same. Now we can write the conditions. So before entering, 100 moles of NH3 air mixtures are entering, and it is given that an ammonia air mixtures containing 10% ammonia. So moles of ammonia will become equal to 10 and moles of air will be equal to 90. Now we can write the conditions for living gas. So in the living gas, moles of air will not change. So moles of air will remain 90. Now we can do the calculation. So at entrance, we can write moles of NH3 entering equal to 10 moles and moles of air entering equal to 90 mole. We can find out their respective weight. So mass of NH3 entering will be equal to moles of NH3 entering into its molecular weight. In the same way, mass of air can be estimated. Now we can write total mass of gas mixture entering equal to weight of NH3 plus weight of air. So it will be equal to 2780 gram. Now we can write the condition after leaving the absorption column. Moles of air will remain same. So moles of air leaving will be equal to 90 mole. So as per problem, 90% NH3 got absorbed. So remaining 10% will come out in the living gas mixture. So we can write ammonia leaving will be equal to 10% of ammonia entering, and ammonia entering is 10 mole. So 10% of 10 mole will become equal to 1 mole. Now we can write the total moles of gas leaving. So total moles of gas leaving will be equal to moles of air leaving, that is 90 moles, plus moles of NH3 leaving, that is 1 mole. So total moles of gas leaving will be equal to 91 mole. Now we can easily estimate the all parts. So in part A, we need to estimate the mole fraction of NH3 in the living gas. So we have already estimated the moles of NH3 in the living gas and total moles of the living gas. So we can write mole fraction of NH3 equal to moles of NH3 living divided by total moles. So it will come out as 0.011. Now in part B, we need to estimate the composition of exit gas in weight percentage. So we can write mass of ammonia leaving equal to moles of ammonia leaving into its molecular weight. In the same way, we can estimate the mass of air leaving. So we can write total weight leaving equal to mass of NH3 leaving plus mass of air leaving. Now we can easily write weight percentage of NH3 leaving will be equal to weight of NH3 leaving divided by total weight leaving into 100, and it will come out as 0.65. In the same way, weight percentage of air leaving can be estimated. So in part C, we need to estimate the average molecular weight of the entering and leaving gas. So we have already estimated the total moles entering and leaving and total weight entering and leaving. So we can easily estimate the average molecular weight of entering and leaving gas. So average molecular weight of entering gas will be equal to total weight divided by total moles. So it will come out as 27.8 gram per mole. In the same way, we can estimate the average molecular weight of living gas. So it will come out as 28.87 gram per mole. Problem number 4.39, flue gas analyzing 80% nitrogen, 7% oxygen, 13% carbon dioxide is sent to a dryer at 500 Kelvin and 95 kilopascal. In the dryer, it picks up moisture from the wet material and leaves at particular conditions, and the composition of living gas is also given. So per 100 meter cube of gas entering the dryer, determine the following parts. So we can take 100 meter cube as our basis. Then we can do the calculation. First we will write the conditions for the problem. So for entering gas, the composition of nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide are given. We can write the conditions that is 100 meter cube. Entering temperature is given, that is 500 Kelvin, and entering pressure is also given, that is 95 kilopascal. And total number of moles entering is not known, so we can assume, suppose N is the total moles entering into the dryer. Now write the exit conditions. At exit conditions, composition of N2O2, CO2 and H2O are given, and gas is leaving at 360 Kelvin and 90 kilopascal. And total moles of living gas we are assuming as N living. Now we can easily do the calculation. So at entering part, volume is given, temperature and pressure is given. So using ideal gas equation, we can estimate the moles of entering gas. So entering gas will be equal to PV by RT. So N entering will come out as 2285.3 mole. So we have estimated total moles. Now the composition of N2O2 and CO2 are given. So we can estimate the moles of N2O2 and CO2. Now as per problem, gas pick up the moisture. So only the amount of H2O will change. So initially there is no H2O, only in the exit gas H2O will come. So the amount of N2O2 and CO2 will remain same before drying and after drying. So at exit conditions we can write moles of N2 will be equal to 50% of N living. In the same way, moles of O2 will be equal to 4.5% of N living, and moles of CO2 will be equal to 8% of N living. So moles of H2O will be equal to 37.5% of N living. Now we can use this condition. As per this condition, moles of N2O2 and CO2 will remain same at entrance and exit conditions. So we can write moles of N2 plus moles of O2 plus moles of CO2 after drying equal to before drying. So we can write moles of N2 plus moles of O2 and moles of CO2. So it will be equal to 0.625 into N living will be equal to total moles of entering. So total moles of entering equal to 2285.3 mole. So using this condition we can easily estimate the total moles of gas living. So total moles of gas living will come out as 3656.48 mole. Now we can easily estimate the part A and part B. So in part A, we need to estimate the volume at exit conditions, and temperature and pressure are given, that is 90 kilopascal and 360 Kelvin. So we can use the ideal gas equation because we have already estimated the total moles of living gas. So volume can be written as nRT by P, and by putting all values we will get 1 to 1.59 meter cube. So in part B we need to estimate the weight of water evaporated. So what we can do, we have already estimated the moles of gas entering and moles of gas leaving. So by simply subtracting the moles of leaving gas minus moles of entering gas, we can estimate the moles of water vapor evaporated. So moles of H2O will be equal to 0.375 into moles of living gas. So in the previous slide, we have already seen that moles of H2O water vapor was equal to 37.5 percentage of an living, and we have already estimated the moles of living gas. So it will come out as 1371.18 mole. So we can also estimate the moles of H2O in this way. Otherwise, we have already estimated the total moles of gas living, that is 3656.48 minus total moles of gas entering, and we will get the same result. So weight of water will be equal to moles of water vapor into its molecular weight. So convert this kg to this gram to kg.